Hey everyone, this is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and I try to come live every Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time or Arizona time. So lately, the last couple weeks, I've been showing you the awesome cards I've made with some of the Celebration products, and today is no different. Well, if you've not heard of what Celebration is, it's one of Stampin' Up's most exciting sales of the year where you can earn free exclusive product with minimum purchases of $50 and $100. And this goes through the end of September. So we're about 2 weeks in, and check some of my other videos or on YouTube or on this Facebook page if you want to see some of the other stamp sets I've used. So today I am using the Textures and Frames stamp set that's free with a $50 order. Thanks, Andrea, for popping in today. So I'm going to just turn my camera down. I've made several card samples, and then I'm going to make one of the cards today also with you. So just hang tight. Thanks, Diane, for popping in. We'll be right with you. If I can, there we go. Couldn't find the button. There we go. All right, there's our Celebration catalog. Started a couple weeks ago, and I have shown you the Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper. I've used the Beautifully Penned Designer Series paper, and as well as the sheep and the sheep dies. And today I'm going to focus on textures and frames. Now, I will admit, when I got this, I'm like, oh man, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that. I mean, it lends itself really, really well to backgrounds. Good morning, Dawn. Thanks for popping in. And it reminds me of the gorgeous grunge stamp set that we used to have several years ago. So I approached it. Just tried to start seeing what I could make. Good morning, Janice and Dawn. Thanks for popping in today. I paired most of them with the Sunny Sentiments stamp set, and that's available in Stampin' Up's annual catalog. All right, so let me show you some of the things I've come up with, and then we'll make one. Good morning, Colleen. Thanks for popping in. So this is a birthday card using the little splotch and just a lot of color. Here's another one using the thank you from the Sunny Sentiments, and that uses that little piece right here. I did use the Stamparatus to make that card. It's the Rich Raspberry Night of Navy and Crushed Curry, and then also brought in the Daisy Lane stamp set to add that. Now you'll notice just one quick thing on the thank you. It is all one big thank you stamp. And so what I did was I just put a sticky note on the bottom and then colored that thank you with a marker, took the sticky note off, and then was able to just get the thank you image on there, because it's really all I wanted with that. Now, this card we made in class the other day, the hello to you, happy hello to you, another from the Sunny Sentiments. I used the Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, and Granny Apple Green there, along with a vellum circle. And again, we use the Stampin' Write markers to color on the, let's see, oh, I must have it. I have it blocked up somewhere else. So I just colored the happy in Granny Apple Green and the hello with the Night of Navy, and put that together and layered that as well. And then just very, very super simple. I thought that little piece here reminded me of the sun. So just very, Used some of the Daffodil Delight Designer Series paper out of the 6x6 paper packs and made a very simple card. I like these two sentiments. Thought you could use some sunny thoughts today and happy hello to you. I like to have these on hand because they can be used for so many purposes. And then I just threw this one together this morning. I couldn't sleep last night. We had some amazing thunderstorms last night. Good morning, Kathy. So it took me a while to get back to sleep. But so I used that little splotch, that little circle. And then another one of the items you can earn free with the celebration is die cuts for the Shaded Summer, and it matches the Shaded Summer stamp set that's in Stampin' Up's annual catalog. And I just took this little flower and I cut out the flower from the ombre specialty glimmer paper that's in the annual catalog, and layered that up like that. And I actually, it's pretty cute. I like how that turned out a lot. So as you can see, as time goes on, I keep thinking of more and more ways that I can use I have to work on using this and that. So those are I have some thoughts, but nothing has come to paper yet. And then finally, I have put together a Halloween card using this little circle, realizing that images fit inside there, and put that together along. That's Cajun Craze ink. Again, that Designer Series paper comes from those little 6x6 paper packs. So the card that I was going to make today is this one. It's kind of doing double duty for me. And what I mean by that is that each month Stampin' Up offers a simple stamping challenge. And the simple stamping challenge is using just rubber stamps, ink, and paper to create a handmade greeting card, to show that you don't need a ton of supplies to make a really fun card. And so that's what I did with that. And this month's challenge was also to use the Celebration product. So that's what I did with the textures and frames. So let's bring in the supplies, and I'll give you some of the measurements of what I used. And I just used a paper trimmer to cut all the paper. So this basic white piece is 2.5 by 2.5. I have a So Saffron at 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. A Pacific Point that's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. A basic white that's 5 by 3 3/4. A Pacific Point that's 5 1/4 by 4, and then of course the Poppy Parade base that's 8.5 by 5 1/4, scored at 4 1/4, and then I can just fold that in half. Yes, thanks for those who are watching live, and anybody can certainly watch the replay, and I hope you do that, and you can always watch it over on my YouTube channel later after I get it downloaded. So I'll just bring in, starting, I like to use my Stampin' Pierce mat because it is a photopolymer stamp. And because I'm going to be stamping off the page, I put a little piece of the Stamparatus grid paper there. Good morning, Leanna. Thanks for popping in. And I have my ink, the Poppy Parade, the So Saffron, and the Pacific Point. So there is quite a bit of stamping on that, and that's kind of fun. Sometimes we don't do a lot of that. And this one's just kind of a willy-nilly. Just kind of put the images wherever our little heart desires. So let me grab my stamp cleaner too. This is my Simply Chamois, and I'll have to clean after I so I have my Poppy Parade right here, and I'm just going to tap, tap, tap. I don't need to press really hard. And I'm just going to start putting the color kind of wherever, and I'm going to kind of want to make room for the other two colors. And I don't, honestly, I don't have any plan. So it's kind of like you're going to get a different card every time you do this. But that splotch is so much fun to me. It certainly said birthday. So then I'm just going to take that. Good morning, Pam. You're in, we had rain last night, but it's cleared up, and we just had to clean up. I guess there's some trees down all around. All right, so I cleaned that off. I think maybe what I did when I made this card, and this is a tip I would recommend, is that you start with the lighter color first. I should have probably started with the So Saffron, so in case I didn't get the stamp totally clean. Good morning, April. Thanks for popping in. But as long as I get it clean, it's fine. Let's just put that one here. Again, I am just being... I have no plan, willy-nilly, kind of wherever I can squeeze some in. And I do. I am going to clean that. Let's move on to the Pacific Point next. Thanks for sharing, everyone. I appreciate everyone watching, taking their time to... I hope you're going to make some time to create something fun today. So there we go. That is my background sheet. And then I'm going to remember that I'm going to be putting this on top so I won't see everything. This came from the Textures and Frames stamp set. It can be earned free during Stampin' Up's Celebration sale with the $50 purchase. Well, Colleen, we have had a storm every single night, so you would be enjoying this. I guess it's going to happen again tonight. Now, if you'll notice, I did put some of those splotches on the background here, but they're not as bright, so I did some stamping off, and I just stuck to the two colors of the So Saffron and the Poppy Parade. So I will start with the So Saffron, and I'm going to ink my little blotch, and I'm going to stamp off. And maybe I'll do it again. I'm going to stamp off twice. I don't want a lot of color because I want to be able to see the happy birthday sentiment through there. So I've cleaned that, and now I am ready to add some Poppy Parade, and I know that I stamped off several times there, and just gives us a little bit lighter look, but still some color. All right. Okay, clean that off, and then we'll bring in our birthday sentiment. You can see what kind of a mess I made on there. That could be its own card background. The birthday sentiment from the Sunny Sentiments stamp set. Loving that. And I'm going to use Memento ink with that. And that's what happens when I stamp early in the morning before my live, is that I start using all the things I've set aside. I think I'm organized. And I'm just going to stamp or get that black Memento ink. Actually, no, I didn't use black Memento. I would almost... now I need to get that cleaned up. I used the Pacific Point. I would have... But it would have looked fine with the Pacific Point. What, Dawn, you want the Sunny Sentiments or the Textures and Frames? The Sunny Sentiments, I really enjoy that. All right, let's start over. I'm glad I noticed that because I do really like the Pacific Point. And I often use my grid sheet here to practice and make sure, yep, I've got good coverage of ink on here. Yeah, the Sunny Sentiments. All right. And going to do my best to get it in the middle straight. but that's always a challenge. But it's handmade. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's how I started rubber stamping, is someone assured me that I didn't have to be perfect all the time. And I'm certainly not. All right, so that is all ready to go. And from here, now you can see why it is just simple stamping, but it's still a really fun and vibrant card. So from here, it's just a matter of using our adhesive to put it together. I like to use the Stampin' Seal Plus. For me, it just makes, with our wacky weather, it makes sure that everything sticks, and it's going to be, in one piece when it gets to the receiver. Thanks, Veronica, for popping in. So that square was 2.5 by 2.5, and then the saffron was just 1/8 an inch at 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. I like to give myself a little bit more space than that, but I like the splotches, and I thought I wanted those to be the feature. There we go. All right, and how is the weather in Texas, Veronica? The weather seems to be the thing. I didn't think it rained so much in the desert, but it does. And things are pretty green. So then I'll mat that. And you can tell, so this is our simple stamping, rubber stamps, ink, and paper using a Celebration product. Now, Celebration goes through the end of September. So be sure to check that sale out. You get free stamp sets, designer series paper, dies with minimum purchases of $50 and $100. Let's see. Yeah, it's just, and the think about too, I love the colors that I used here. You can use any color combinations that your little heart desires. So if that one doesn't work for you, but it does work for kids, and who wouldn't like this bright and cheery card? And I'm gonna put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back, and the minis were the first thing that were on my at hand. All right. And this would be something that you could make a bunch of in a hurry as well. And you can kind of maybe cover up some of the white spots if it ended up like that. But there we go. And then I would put a white inside, so you can write in there, and you could possibly use the stamp and put a splotch inside. So now we've got 2 birthday cards ready to go. Let me quick review what some of the other card samples using that Textures and Frames stamp set. Like I said, at first I was like, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that, but I have found some things, and I'm pretty happy with all of them. I like that with the different colors and using the Stamparatus to get those lined up just so. The Happy Hello, again, I paired it with the Sunny Sentiments. And excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Goodness sakes. There we go. All right. And I also thought that the sun worked well. And I just threw this together this morning. It was lurking in my mind, so I put it together with the splotch. And these are dies from the Free Shaded Summer dies, and the lovely ombre glitter paper. And then one more, the holiday season, the Halloween season's coming up. And so I've paired it. This stamp set is good paired with a lot of other stamp sets. So There we go. Again, thanks so much for popping in, everybody, today, and for commenting and for sharing and for spending a little bit of time with me this morning. I will be back here next Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. Please let me know if there's something you'd like to see, a new technique or a stamp set or something I haven't shown, or if you have questions, please give me a holler. You can find me at kimplayswithpaper.com. I have a blog, Pinterest, business Facebook page, and a free email newsletter. Have an awesome day and a great rest of the week. Thanks everyone for popping in today. Bye-bye.